hostels like in Tulum? A lot of you have asked me because I've stayed at 4 different hotels and talked all about it in a video that I put out, and I don't know a lot about hostels, so I'm bringing in a friend to share with you 4 different hostels that she has stayed at. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm Christine with Where in the World is CL, and I make travel videos every week to help you get out, and go travel. So if you like to travel, consider subscribing, which, by the way, hi from Ethiopia.
I'm here with Katie, and she is the hostel queen. So actually introduce yourself.
I'm Katie Wine, and I'm all about budget traveling and storytelling and backpacking. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Katie_Wine.
So what's it been like staying at hostels out there? Where have you stayed, and would you recommend it?
So because it's been so busy, I've had to pop around to a few hostels here. I've stayed at Hat Hostel, I stayed at Mama's Home Hostel, Hat Hostel, and I've stayed at Lum Hostel. So I've stayed at 4 hostels since I've been here.
And how long have you been there?
Like a week. I think it's because of the holidays. At least that's what the hostel staff is telling me. It's just so busy right now. It's hard to find more than 1 or 2 nights in a row in a place. That's why I've been popping around a little bit.
How would you rank the 4?
Definitely Mama's Home Hostel is number 1. It's just as, you know, what it's called. It's Mama's Home, and it has a very homey vibe to it. And there's like a mama of the hostel, and I spent my New Year's there, and she cooked dinner for everyone, like made sangria for everyone, even went around pouring tequila in everyone's mouth. But it has a very homey feel. Like, it's not the nicest in terms of the beds, like the best quality I've ever stayed in, but I really like the homey feel they have, and I like the social atmosphere of it. That's why I think I like that one the best. The second best hostel would be Lum Hostel, more modern hostel. It's very clean. They have these very nice privacy beds. They do free bike rental, which I really love. They also have a very social atmosphere as well. Che Bar and Hostel, it's an actual bar, which is great some nights. I like staying at hostels that are actually also bars. Hostels in general usually have social, atmospheres. Not all, but most. But I didn't like this one as much just because probably the timing. I came in from my flight that day and didn't sleep, and the bar was going until 1 a.m. so I couldn't sleep. But I would say if I was looking for, I want to have some drinks and meet a lot of people, then that would be the kind of hostel I would go to. I would say the last one would be the Hat Hostel. That's in last place because, not that the staff is bad, I just didn't feel them trying to talk and, get to know hostelers. So I just stayed there to sleep, and then I was out. I actually would go back to Mom's Home Hostel than rather hang out there, even though they had a nice little pool and rooftop bar. I found a stray dog in my bed too. I forgot about that. Yes.
Was that desirable?
No, that was actually on New Year's, and I was like, but I was too tired, and after a few drinks I didn't care, and I just laid down, and then it got up like a minute later.
I was in Tulum for a few weeks, and I stayed at 4 different places. How close are all those hostels to each other? Are they close to each other and all in town, or are they?
Oh yeah, they're all in the main area.
Are there hostels on the beach, and did you look into any of them?
I think the closest decent one is the one I'm actually at right now, My Monkey, and it's kind of placed halfway between the beach and the main town.
When I was there, I did see at Selena, which is on the poppin' part of South Tulum Beach, they had hotel rooms.
I forgot about that one.
But they also have an option for shared rooms and stuff. It seemed like a pretty good option if there are people who want to stay on the beach. And actually, you said this, I feel this way. I don't think it's this easy, simple thing to get around Tulum and to get from town to beach. It depends. It depends on the weather. It depends on the traffic. It depends on what kind of adventure you're willing to have on a bike or a taxi. But it's not simply oh, let's pop over to the beach today. So I think it's important, if you want to experience the beach, to stay on the beach. Would you agree? Yeah.
I totally agree. Yeah, the transport system is not, it's such a trek if you want to get to the beach, whatever you choose to do. Because even if you take the Collectivo to the beach, it's pretty easy to get a Collectivo from the town to the beach, but getting one back is it's impossible. I haven't heard of anyone really being able to get a Collectivo back, and they end up having to pay a taxi that usually rips you off. So,
Exactly. And you have no other choice except to get in that taxi that's ripping you off.
or walk, but it's like a 45-minute walk probably to the main town. So no one wants to do that.
I agree. And you're generally wearing flip-flops. So actually, for those who don't know what Collectivos are, what's the quick, like what it is and how much it costs and how you get on one? Because I think it's unique.
Collectivo is, I would say it's more of a local transport, but I think more tourists are probably using it now. It's a transport service that's direct routes to certain areas, like a bus, but not a bus. It's just like a van, and it's way cheaper than a taxi. Cost 20 pesos to get to the beach from the center of town.
The 20 pesos is basically the equivalent of $1. The going rate for a taxi to the beach, if you can get the correct rate, which is not always easy, it is generally around $8 US.
I've never taken a taxi. I refuse because I don't want to pay that money. But I have heard if you're going maybe a mile or two, $8 or $9 up to like $30, I've heard someone pay.
Yeah.
Which
and
is
actually,
kind of a lot.
I would say half the times that I would take a taxi to the beach, I ended up getting out significantly earlier and just walking because the traffic is so bad there.
Yeah, the traffic's bad.
If for someone who's never been to Tulum before, what is the one thing that they have to do when they go?
You need to check out the cenotes. But
Well, thank you so much. If someone wants to find you, tell us again, where can people find you at?
Instagram right now, which is Katie_wine.
We'll safe travels to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Comment below if you're considering staying at a hostel and share any info you have because we're all a community here. Whew, I'm out of breath. I'm at altitude. Like this video if you found it helpful. I'm here every week with new videos. I hope to see you in the next one and consider checking out these Ethiopia adventures on my channel. See you in the next adventure. Ciao.